Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl in your face while you're sleeping. We all fear something. As long as you're alive, you have something that you fear deeply. Something that makes your heart beat really fast and that you most definitely want to avoid as much as possible. For many people, this may be the loss of a job or a loved one, failure, or even rejection. For animals, it's very different. Animals don't fear socioeconomic situations. Instead, they fear bigger and more efficient animals. Simply put, they fear predators. What makes a predator feared? What makes a beast so fearful that no animal would want to mess with it? Efficiency, lethality, superior strength, speed, and ability. Today, we'll be looking at 10 beasts that are feared all over the animal kingdom. These animals are so feared that prey is almost guaranteed death if they come into contact with them. Number 10. The Hornet. When you think of a scary beast, you most likely think of large animals like the tiger or lion. And while those animals are terrifying in their own special way, little animals can be beasts in their own rights too. For example, let's take a look at the Asian giant hornet. The hornet, despite being called a giant, only measures to about 2 inches, so that's a bit misleading. But you would be extremely mistaken to underestimate the hornet because of its size. If you're tempted to wave the hornet off, you should remember that only 2 stings from it can prove fatal to a human being. You should also remember that the hornet can sting through a raincoat, and the sting from the insect is made to break down the cells in the flesh and introduce to its victim a galaxy of excruciating pain. Thankfully, the Asian giant hornet doesn't love attacking humans. Instead, it finds pleasure in wreaking havoc on colonies of bees, and they are extremely efficient at this. They are so efficient that only 30 hornets can attack a colony of about 30,000 bees and wipe them all out in only a few hours. If there's one beast bees fear, it's the Asian giant hornet. Number 9. Tigers. Tigers are big. They have long claws and a ferocious bite. What's not to fear? Thankfully, tigers do not often attack humans. Is this because we're faster or more fearful than they are? No, not really. Based on physical combat alone, a tiger would most likely tear a human apart. The only reason why these beasts don't attack human beings unless they have to is that people aren't very tasty. The beast called the tiger is feared because over the years it has evolved to become the embodiment of killing proficiency. No animal in the wild is too big for the tiger to attack. Whether it be bears, buffaloes, crocodiles, or even wolf packs, they are all vulnerable to the tiger, and they all cower at the sight of the biggest known cat roaming the wild. The tiger sits at the top of the food chain and has no known predators. The only thing that preys on the tiger is disease and old age. Aside from that, nothing. Number 8. Crocodiles. When you see a crocodile, you most likely don't go, "Hey, look at a cute large lizard covered in actual scales of armor. I should run over and pet it." That's because they are one of the most dangerous animals in the world, and having a problem with one can spell a world of problems. So if human beings, with all our tech and weapons, are still wary of crocodiles, imagine how scared other animals would be. But what makes the crocodile scary? Well, their bite force is one factor. Saltwater crocodiles have about 2 tons of bite force and can tear almost any animal limb from limb. However, what truly makes crocodiles dangerous isn't their power or brute strength. It's their cunning nature. You heard that right. Crocodiles are hardly all muscle and no mind. In fact, they're quite deliberate about hunting and know how to creep up on their prey without making a sound. That is what truly makes the crocodile one of the most feared predators in the wild. You never quite know when they'll strike. Thankfully, crocodiles, much like tigers, aren't the greatest fans of human flesh, so they don't attack unless provoked. Other animals don't have this privilege though, so they're most terrified of the crocs in the water. Number 7. Wolves. If you've read The Jungle Book, you might have a different sort of attitude towards wolves. You may think that they're kind of family-oriented animals who just want to hunt and have fun. And you'd be very wrong. Wolves are, without a doubt, one of the most dangerous animals ever. They're predators, and their body chemistry is so uniquely suited for hunting that they are one of the most efficient killers of wildlife on Earth. They have strong jaws for crushing bone and ending life. They have large teeth that help to tear prey apart, and they are masters of stealth. You don't see a wolf unless it wants you to. And when you do see the wolf, chances are it's too late. Since wolves hunt in packs, it makes it very difficult for animals to escape them. If you see a wolf trying to attack you, chances are you're already surrounded by other wolves. Number 6. Lions. What's a list of most feared animals without the famed king of the jungle? Lions are the stereotypical feared beast. They have a majestic mane, are very large, and have long incisors that can end the life of an animal in a jiffy. The fact that lions need to eat about 16 pounds of meat every day means that they're always on the prowl, looking for animals to devour. Since they're often found in the savanna grassland, their skin makes it easy for them to camouflage, and thus makes it easy for them to hunt. This way, animals rarely ever see them coming before they pounce. They are very fast as well. They can reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. Interestingly, the lion can jump up to 36 feet in length and have claws that can extend up to 1.5 inches. The lion's vision is a marvel as well, and it's 6 times more sensitive to light than humans. This makes the big cat one of the most efficient night hunters in the world. Who wouldn't fear this beast? Number 5. BlackFooted Cat. When you think of beasts that animals fear, you almost certainly don't think of a cat. Well, maybe you do, but you certainly don't think of this cat. The black-footed cat is an extremely active and astonishingly successful predator, and it's known for being one of the stealthiest hunters in the world. Fortunately for other animals in the wild, the black-footed cat is quite small, so it doesn't go for larger animals. It measures only about 20 inches, so it's just slightly bigger than your average house cat. But what the black-footed cat doesn't have in size, it makes up for in hunting efficiency, speed, and stealth. The cat hunts smaller animals like birds, gerbils, and shrews. It is very effective at doing this, and the animal makes about 10 to 14 kills every night. The cat has a 70% success rate while hunting, so when it comes after an animal, the prey is most likely going to spend the night in its belly. Number 4. African dogs. These dogs, as they're called, are neither dogs nor wolves. People call them dogs because, well, they closely resemble dogs. These animals are the most efficient carnivores in the wild, and they are successful 85% of the time. Unfortunately, they are not able to hold on to their kills because of bigger predators like lions and hyenas. The story of the African dog is a pretty sad one. Most of the animals they prey on fear them and would do anything to avoid them. But bigger prey like lions and leopards? Not so much. Number 3. Cheetahs. Unlike other large cats, cheetahs aren't built for wrestling animals to the ground. Instead, they're built for speed. Their entire body structure is optimized for chasing down animals and feeding on them. So technically, they won't attack animals who won't sprint off at the first sign of danger. Yes, you got that right. The fact that an animal can run very fast is what makes it attractive to the cheetah. If you are a fast animal, the cheetah is probably the animal you would fear the most. Now it's time for today's best pick. Our picture for today was sent in by a subscriber. If you ever come across a picture online and you'd like to know more about it, you should send it to us. Who knows? You may even see your picture in a new video. Number 2. Leopards. In terms of big cats, leopards are generally not different. Sure, they have long claws and sharp teeth. They're also pretty quick and have a stomach that's always yearning for more and more meat. They also have immense strength and will most likely win a wrestling match against a human opponent. Sure, all these things make them dangerous, but what makes a leopard one of the most feared animals in the world? That's because leopards are significantly more opportunistic than other big cats. While big cats like lions, tigers, and cheetahs prefer to go after big prey, leopards will go after anything. A rat, a bird, or a bandicoot can walk about a lion's lair with relative ease. Lions don't have time for small prey. But leopards? Leopards have all the time for all kinds of prey. In fact, this is a behavior that many have described as bloodthirsty. One of the reasons why leopards can do this is because their superior climbing ability makes it easy for them to store carcasses in trees where other animals cannot reach. So, here you have the leopard, an animal with all the fantastic attributes of a big cat, and none of the lethargy. It's one big cat that no animal wants to encounter.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. Polar bears. Polar bears don't look dangerous. If anything, they look like solitary animals who would occasionally do you a favor if you ask nicely. But that's mainly because they have great PR, not because it's the truth. Polar bears are extremely dangerous, and they have the privilege of being the biggest carnivores on land. Since they stay in habitats that are not necessarily flowing with enough meat for them, they are extremely carnivorous and take advantage of every hunting and feeding opportunity. They are apex predators and quite easily one of the most feared animals in the world. With amazing speed, they can outrun most animals, and they can knock the head off a human being with a single swing of their paw. Polar bears mostly eat seals, but they'll eat any other thing they can lay their paws on, whether it be birds, walruses, or even actual whales. Without a doubt, the polar bear is one beast that no animal wants to mess with. And that's it. We're done for today. We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember to have an amazing day.